Welcome to a short overview of our Showline editor to create timecode-based shows on multiple LaserGraph DSPs. To start the installation process, double-click the installer. Start the application by clicking onto the new icon on your desktop. The first thing to do is to define a writable network share to which the LaserGraph can connect to. The selection window will show you all available network directories. You don't have to define this share inside the file system client of the LaserGraph. Important is that you enabled the sharing of the directory inside Windows. Let's take a closer look at the user interface. There is the effect pool, the media track, and the space for the projector tracks. In the menu, you can find all the needed functions for loading and saving, editing functions, working with tracks, changing the setup, and changing the view. In the View menu, you can enable and disable the video window, the effect pool, and start and stop the LG preview. The effect pool and video window can be resized and undocked and used as separate windows. To go back to the default layout, choose Default Layout in the menu. Let us start working with Showline. First, we need to create a new track and choose a LaserGraph DSP the track is assigned to. Now, let's load some content into the LaserGraph. I will choose the keyboard beams out of the demo files folder. Going back to the Showline and selecting Film 1, we now see the effects inside the effect pool. By clicking and dragging an effect into our projector track, we can position the effect in the timeline and change its starting and end point. To insert a media file into the timeline, double-click into the media track and choose a media file. Note that the Showline will only display the amplitude of an audio file if it is a WAV file. To delete the media file, click onto the file and press Delete or Backspace on the keyboard. To insert a video file, choose a video file. The playback can then be started with a click onto the play button or by using the spacebar or function key F1. By clicking into the timeline, you can set the time cursor position and change playback position. With the key M on the keyboard, you can set a marker and then jump with the Tab and Shift Tab key back and forth. The key I and O defines the starting and end point of a loop, and by enabling the loop function, the timeline will play the marked area in a loop. Let's create a second track. In the selection window, the italic name indicates that this LaserGraph is already in use, so I'll choose another one. Now let's take a look onto the DSP side. Make sure that the external timecode source is set to net. The Showline will broadcast the net timecode, so there is nothing you have to define inside the NetIO setup. When I press play in Showline, all connected DSPs will be set into play mode and execute the effects from the timeline. I will change the effect timing and add some more effects to show you the result in the laser graph. When a show is saved in Showline, Showline will create a boot for every connected DSP and one file for the Showline which contains all the timing and relevant information. So, after finalizing your show, it is possible to run the show without any PC connected when the timecode is provided by another source. There are a lot more features inside, so take a quick look into the manual. Thanks for watching.